So I know I move fast too, and I apologize if some people might not like that, but I just move fast. Everything I do like that. So that's just how I operate, and I've made these before. I'm pretty familiar with what I'm doing. So I think you guys can just stop the video and take your time and then come back and do it. So that's what I do, like especially like on the crocheting. I've been doing that lately. They are way faster than me, so they get ahead of me, and I just pause and come back. All right, so this is our back cover. Again, I'm going to make sure. See, now I only used I'm yelling, my ATG on the back, and or to just adhere that real quick, and I can see that it like comes away from the paper. The paper comes away from the chipboard. I don't know if I should have done that. It's fine. It's done. It is what it is. All right. So I'm just kind of picking which side I like better. I think I'm going to put this side here. Now this is the time where you really want to line up the bottom. I would line up the bottom. So that's what I'm going to shoot for when I do this. I'm going to make sure this side is even with the other side. So that's what I'm hoping for. Hoping for the best. And no, I'm not expecting the worst. I'm expecting the best, or close enough. Good enough. That's how I do it. Oh gosh, all right, it's such pressure. So I'm going to kind of lay it down. Oh man. See, it's already getting wider. You know what, I'm going to have to look at it from, I'm going to push it over this way a little bit and see if that'll, yeah, that gives me a much better view. I know you can't see the view, but I can see the view of where the bottom of the book needs to go. And that's it, folks. That's it. It's one touch. I feel like I'm good. I'm gonna burnish that down real good. And I'm not gentle either. I'm fast and I'm not gentle. I've been told that before. All right, so we're hoping that's gonna stick really well. I'm getting warm again because I'm working hard. All right, so I did pull out this paper, was brown and blue, and I think I'm gonna put this because it has to be 7 inches here, and this one even has to be bigger. Now remember, we want to make this very secure on the back of the cover. And you guys can put a pocket here, or, you know, you guys know what you're doing, some of you, where you make these fancy things. Put a waterfall thingy, I don't know, but I'm keeping it plain. But you need this to be at least 7 1/4 by, I'm going to do it 5 3/8 because I want it to really cover this. So 7 1/4. Let me see if 7 1/4 is good. I should do it. You know what? I'm going to write this down because I can't remember squat. So it's 7 and I'm going to do it 3/8. 7 3/8 and 5 3/8, I guess. Yeah, 5 3/8. Okay, let's cut this 7 3/8 by 5 3/8. So, let's see. What do I want to do first? I'll do the 7 3/8. So 1, 2, 3/8. Because I can always, I'm going to use this again by, what was it? You guys remember, don't you? 5 3/8. Yep. 5 and 1, 2, 3/8 is right here. And then this other page is going to be a tad smaller, so I'll have plenty of paper for that. So let's just get this one done. I'll ink it up real fast. 4 minutes, I have time. And when I ink my edges, I just like take this little Tim Holtz tool here and Just rub it. You can't even really see it on here too much. Some people just take their ink and do it, and I don't know. I just do that. All right, and look, this is really, really close to the edges. And I think I'm going to use this for this again. I really want this to stick. I don't know. The glue, I'm not sure what I think this will stay on fine. I think it's going to be good. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. Whoop. Good, I didn't go over. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm sorry if you can't. A little better than last time anyway, huh? And then I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go put a few down the middle too. What the heck? Make sure that sucker stays on there. Because this is part of the construction as well, because this piece of paper, oh, you know what? We're not putting this on yet either. I'm going to tell you why, and I'm so glad I'm catching all my mistakes because I've done this before and it makes me mad. Alright, so the reason we're not going to put this on yet, we're not. We're going to wait and come back because after I put the duct tape binding on here, I'm going to use this little, I'm going to use this. I'm just going to use this blue ribbon and go down the edge of the duct tape. So it covers the jagged edge of the duct tape. I'm just looking for my duct tape real quick. Yeah, I'm going to end up using the tan, I think. I could use the black, but I think the tan, I'm going to use the tan. So, you know what? We could go ahead and do that because I haven't made this in a really long time, and I'm so glad that I'm catching my mistakes. But if I would have adhered that paper onto here first, wherever it is now I lost it. Oh, here it is. See, and it'll fit on this page too. Then, when I go, because when you put your ribbon on, you go across here and then you cut it and you put it behind here and then the ribbon gets covered too. So, decide if you want ribbon or any type of, I mean, you could use lace or anything. The lace I actually cut. I don't have any lace on these. But see how the ribbon goes under this back piece of paper. And I put ribbon on the back one too. See? And it like, you adhere it underneath the paper and then it disappears. So it's a very nice, like, finished. Let's see if I did it on this one because I know I've forgotten before. Nope, I remembered on both of these. Alright, so I'm glad I remembered that. I think I'm going to go away and come back and we'll do the duct tape. Why not? I'm on a roll here. I can keep going. And this only takes a minute. I just have to move this so I can show you. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, I'm back. I was deciding what type of ribbon I wanted and I'm going with a different one. But let's make this binding. So you need your duct tape and I'm going to use this tan. You can use any color you want. There's so many colors now of duct tape. And you're going to need at least 7, let's see, this is how big? Hold on, I'm sorry. 7.5. So we're going to add an inch to each side. So I'm going to make this 10. And I'm going to lay it right on my, I guess this is like a cutting mat here. And let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and cut it at 10. Can you see what I'm doing? And then you're going to take another piece and overlap it. I'm going to go this way since the camera's over there. I didn't need that much. At 3 inches, so you want it to be 3 inches wide. So I'm going to go 3 inches wide and overlap that. Cut this side. So we're about 10 inches. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to pick this up in a minute, but let's see what you can see. If this is centered, you have this much, so I'm going to fold this over. Actually, I'm going to take off, let me lay it like this and then you can see. I can't remember, and I don't think I even have this written down in my directions when but we're going to fold this back, and I don't want it to be too wide, so I think this is a little wide. I'm going to take off at least 1/4 inch on both ends. So just take off at least 1/4 inch. And then maybe even a smidge more, because why I'm getting all concerned is because when I fold this back, this part will no longer be sticky, because it won't be the sticky part anymore sticking to that. I'm going to take a smidge more. I'm going to take another 1/4 inch, and it'll be just a 1/2 inch then, and I'll change my measurement. I'll show you I'll tell you what it should be. So this is going to be 3 inches wide, and I might as well just measure it like this so I can see. By 9. All right, so 3 by 9. We got to peel this up. Turn it over, and you're just going to take that 1/2 inch. So I like to just, can you see what I'm doing? I can see where a 1/2 inch is, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it approximately 1/2 inch and try to keep it pretty straight. And the same thing. Now I want this to be 7.5. So I have a little bit more on this side. I'm going to fold it 3/4 of an inch at 3/4. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah. So I'm going to try and fold this at 3/4. It's a little sticky and it's hard to kind of get. All right, I got it. So 3/4 of an inch and go straight, and that's crooked too. All right. So now let's see if you can see this. That's the width of my book. Do it this way. See? It's the width of my cover, I should say. So it's the width of your cover. All right? And you want to put a piece down the middle. So, I mean, it doesn't stick to... How did she do this? Because I don't think it's the whole width of a piece. I'm going to do this 7 inches. And then I'll cut it at 7 inches. And I'm going to trim it off a little more too, because I want a little more sticky on the binding. So I'm only going to leave like 3/4 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cut it right here. And then, where are we at? 5 minutes. I'm also going to cut it a little bit more. I don't want it to be 2 inches wide. I want it to be like 1.5 inches. Hey, it's so sticky. Or 1.25 inches even. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to measure the binding. And I'm going to put the tape there. That's like 1 inch. So I'm going to do 1.25 inches. 1.5 inches, like almost 1/2. Let's see if I can just do it along my ruler. Okay. So now you put this on the inside of the binding. 6 minutes. And this will stick to itself very quickly. So just kind of eyeball it. Hold it above. Eyeball it centered. And go for it. Put that down. So now this won't stick to the binding. That's, I think, why she has you ink this. But you know what? I'm going to just ink it. You know what I was thinking too? I could just do it with like Copics or something. But I'm just going to take this, and you're doing it with me. So you're going to see what happens. I'm just rubbing it directly on there. because this is going to get covered, but I don't know if it shows up. I just haven't done one in so long that I don't want to really risk it. At least get it like on the edge right here. We're not sticking anything to that part, so I'm not really too concerned. I don't even know if I had to do that, but I just know that she definitely inked the tie back. I remember that specifically. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this right in the middle of that. I'm going to do it this way, actually, so I can see. I have to be able to see, guys. I'm sorry. I want to see what I'm doing. And it's even, so it's like right in the middle. And then I'm going to let my book open, see what happens. Well, that side's stuck, so that's good. Just get that on there, and then roll it over, and get that side on there. And then she actually had her hot glue gun, and she would glue this down and this down. But what I find happens is when I put my ribbon, which I'm going to do in a minute, that, and I changed it. I like this better. Because I think I want to bring out the dark brown. I don't know. It's not even that dark. But there was like on this one embellishment, this dark brown ribbon on here. I kind of thought it played with that. The blue is totally different. I don't know. The other one I had was just the blue polka dots, which doesn't match either. So I'm kind of, I just want to use the wider one. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of lace going down here. I might use a tan. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And what I'm going to use is, I'm just going to use my ATG. Where are we at? 8 minutes? I'm going to go away because I don't want to get on a roll and then we miss something. So that's basically it. That's the duct tape binding. I mean, it's pretty simple. And you know what I should have done is, I see that like the join is here. I would have preferred the join to be back there. Not that it makes a difference, but because I'm going to put the lace over it. But I just personally, my personal preference would have been to have this join going facing that way instead of facing this way. You don't even know what I'm talking about probably. All right, so let's get this ribbon on. I was thinking of using this, and I think it is, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to put this, I'm going to cut it with the scissors so I can make sure I have, or am I in the shot? Yeah. I'm just going to get it like, oops, big enough to cover, and I'm going to go kind of, oops, I'm going to do it this way because I'm going to cover like halfway. I'm going to just like put this half on the page and half on the duct tape and go down just so the ribbon has something to adhere to and it doesn't come all off, because she uses her hot glue gun and mine's upstairs, so I'm just cheating. And I'm going to lay my ribbon across nice and even, make sure it's covering. What is this? There's like a little piece of paper stuck to the end of the, I'm just going to cut that off. Alright, cool. And I'm going to put this here, make sure it's even, give it a press, cut that, and then I'm going to use this again, and this time I'm just going to go across this way with it because I just need it to hold that end of the ribbon down securely so that I can put the paper over it. So it just has to, I just pull it tight and then push down. So that ribbon's there. And then this, I'll do the same thing on this end. Just cut a little piece of this off. And put it like right there. And get it. I love to burnish it just to make sure it's really stuck on there. And then pull the ribbon tight and push it down. Alright, so that's how you cover, I hope it's straight. It looks pretty straight. My hand. So that looks pretty straight. So that's how you cover the rough edge of the duct tape. And I'm going to do it on the back too. You know what? You don't need to see that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cover this inside cover. I already put that on. So I just need to adhere. And I went with the brown because I think I'm going to use some of these other cute, like this. I like this. The Bundle of Joy. I think these look pretty on this paper because the other back I put green. I don't know. I think they would have looked fine on both, but whatever. I ended up putting the brown. So we're going to put, and this is opening pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it's laying. Yeah, I mean, it's opening and laying open pretty good. But you know what I mean, like about the binding and all this stuff plays into it. If you put your hinges on too tight, your book's going to be all stiff and not open. And especially the more you add to it, like this is a little, that's kind of poking up a little. So whatever happened there, you can kind of bend it and get it to, but I mean, this is pretty good. I think I'm going to put, I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to come back tomorrow and I'll embellish the front for you and finish it up. I think I'm going to add a tie to it too. I have to gather up a few more things for that, and I'll try to get this uploaded as soon as possible. But let's just go ahead and I already put my it's tape. I know it's tape and I can't think of the damn name. Let's call it line tape, but whatever. And this way, hopefully this will stay adhered. I don't know. I really like, hopefully I think that wet glue will be good for the main construction of the book. And then, you know, this for it, but it's very sticky, this stuff. And I'm going to go with this edge. I'm going to make sure I get the back edge really well, nice and even, before I push down. Get that covered. Close it. Push down, and I think I'm even going to use my this guy and burnish. Ooh, be careful because I stab things. Go along these edges really well. Make sure it's going to stay down. And that's it, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and finish the back off camera. But that's our book. I think it turned out pretty cute. So once I put a few embellishments in here, she'll be able to load it up with all of her boobies pictures. I have to mat the backs, which I don't really, and sometimes I like to just put lined paper on the back of those for journaling, but I think I might have, like I said, I'm gonna cut this apart, and this definitely has some journaling areas on it. So I'll just stick those in the corners of some of the bigger pages and stuff. So and there's like little date things and everything. This is pretty cute. I like this. Because that's it. That's all I'm going to do to embellish. And then I'll just throw some stickers on the front. Like I had shown you. So that I'll put that there. And maybe the stork on the bottom. You know, and really keep it simple. I think she'll like it. A handmade gift. So I hope this was good, you guys. I'll come back and show the finished piece. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I hope it helps. All right? Thanks for watching.